was the news of the sudden death of the 26-year-old Suchir Balaji, who was found dead in his San Francisco apartment last month. That shocked the entire tech world and has left his parents completely shattered. The authorities ruled as Suchir's death as a suicide, but his parents are heartbroken and they are claiming that their son's death was not a case of suicide but is a case of murder. Seeking an FBI investigation, Purnima is now saying that she found her son's apartment to be ransacked and there were signs of struggle in the washroom. Joining me at the moment, Jagruti Saha, a friend of Suchir's parents. Jagruti, thank you for joining me on India Today. The parents at the moment, Jagruti, are saying that this is a clear case of murder, and they are also saying that the private investigator who looked into the death of their son pointed out towards glaring lapses in the investigation.
Actually, it's too much of coincidence to see that this boy was happy, he was celebrating his birthday in Catalina Island with his friends, talking to mother, and then he goes to his apartment. The manager receives him. He was very happy, and then he dies. And there is something they are hiding. They are not giving the truth away. How come the parents never had access to the apartment for a couple of days? The autopsy reports are not shared. And the boy who exposes OpenAI in such a big label, where he goes to New York Times, why would he commit a suicide if he's such a brave kid? And by the way, he's a Berkeley grad with 3.9 GPA, very intelligent kid. He has no reason to commit a suicide. I think it needs a much deeper investigation than what's happening right now.
You're making a very, astonishing point there. You are saying that the autopsy report was actually not shared with the parents. So this clearly points towards the fact that there are glaring lapses in the investigation that was done.
So the parents told me today that they have done a parallel autopsy and they are going to share that. So their attorney will be comparing the autopsy, which is done by the federal government or the local police, and they will share theirs. So they're waiting for the autopsy, which they have done independently. In fact, they've hired up private investigators to see if they can retrieve the camera recording from the apartment. But I'm hopeful that something will come out of this. And it's really heartbreaking for the parents to lose the son this way.
Jagruti, if you could tell us something about the boy, because you said that, he was excellent in whatever he used to do. When was the last time that you spoke with Suchir?
That's a great question. I've never spoken to him. I've just seen him with the mother. Usually here, our kids live in their own world. They are professionally growing, but we don't talk to them. But I've seen them often. But once they go to their school or careers, we hardly meet them. But I've heard great things about him. And Purnima, whenever she meets me, she talks very high of the kid. But then since I'm in IT profession and I'm a recruiter, we track each other's progress a lot. So that's how I know that he's a very brilliant kid. If you see his LinkedIn profile, if you see his Twitter, and if you're an IT consultant, you can definitely say he is one of the topmost brain which Berkeley has produced.
Jagruti, when you spoke with the parents, one thing that has obviously come across is the big shock, because the parents are also saying that they met him a couple of days back. They also said that he was in fact looking forward to coming home. They have spoken with his friends. None of his friends pointed towards any kind of emotional turmoil. So suicide at the moment is something that, those who are close to him also are ruling out. And they are saying that it is unbelievable that someone like him, someone who was doing so well and someone who showed no signs at all of any kind of emotional trauma could actually commit suicide.
I agree with that 100%. And also a couple of things her mother has shared with me is also a little surprising. Is looks like the investigators, they have got access to his personal, there's a laptop and a personal desktop, right? Mm-hmm. So looks like the files from Google Drives are gone. They're only with the current date. How did they get access to it? Who gave them access? And where is the investigation? So it's looked too much of coincidence and foul play indication. But it's too early to say we need to get the details done and then we'll know. But she also says that they saw some blood spatter.
Yes, that's the claim that
I myself don't know yet the cause of death. Like whether it was shot or he hanged himself, I don't know still, even today.
Jagruti, the parents at the moment are saying, and you also rightly pointed out, that there is a parallel autopsy that they got done. Also, were the parents allowed to enter the house
After
or
3 days.
after 3 days?
Yeah, so it seems Suchir was not traceable. So they filed a police complaint, and then they opened the door. So they must have got the manager to open the apartment, and then they were not given access. So they could not take pictures, but they're asking for pictures. They were appointed a private investigator to see if they can retrieve some recording through cameras and all. So they are doing their own thing because looks like as per Mother Purnima, the case is closed as per Saturday as a suicide.
Yes, because this is what the authorities there are saying that, they are saying that this is a clear case of suicide, but the family, specifically the mother, believes that, when she went inside, and you also said that, the laptop was missing. Has his personal belongings been given to the parents? Or they are
The
still...
laptop was not missing. The mother could bring laptop home, but his desktop so somebody had access to his desktop and files were deleted. That's what she says.
Do you also believe that there should be an FBI investigation in this case? Because do you believe others who are related to OpenAI, do you also think this will impact them? People who do know things, do you think that an FBI probe is the way to go?
After this happened, I have vetted LinkedIn and Twitter a lot, and looks like there were some people who have left before for almost similar reason. So I think this should give them some courage to come out and speak what exactly was the truth. But if you see, the tech community is really shocked, and a lot of people believe that this is one more case of whistleblower who got punished for speaking the truth.
But this is something which should not have happened, because for speaking the truth, a person cannot lose his or her life. So this is a big, statement that you are making, that he was not the first person.
Yep. And if you talk to mother, she curses herself every day. Why she'd not ask him to come home? Because she never knew that he gave the interview to New York Times. She came to know through media, and she curses herself every day. Why she did not stop him? She didn't expect this to escalate to this level. So her mother is not coming out of the guilt, even 1%.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Live from California, Jagruti Saha, who's a friend of the parents of Suchir Balaji, now saying that it's not the first time something like this has happened. There have been other people who have left OpenAI, and maybe time is now right for them to come out and say what exactly is the truth.